Before Kentucky was even a state, it had a newspaper published right here in Lexington. In the thrumming metropolis of Lexington, Kentucky, on August 11, 1787, the first issue of the Kentucky Gazette, the first newspaper ever published west of Pittsburgh, rolled off the presses. John Bradford, a young surveyor from Northern Virginia, was its publisher. Although he possessed no credentials as a printer, he readily embraced the goal to establish the first newspaper to serve the citizens of the then Western Virginia counties. The first issue of the Kentucky Gazette boldly pronounced its mission to publish in support of Kentucky statehood, to feature news of the national and state governments, to keep citizens apprised of foreign affairs, and to promote editorial discourse on scholarly subjects of socio-political value. Local news reporting was unnecessary, as Lexington was a small, vibrant town whose residents saw little need to read the news they themselves generated and disseminated. Right from the start, Lexingtonians were deeply interested in domestic and international affairs. The French Revolution of 1789 was covered in much detail, but mainly, local citizens sought separation from the mother state of Virginia. The demand for separation arose from concerns that were remarkably similar to those that led to the American Revolution. As the only newspaper within a 500-mile radius, the Kentucky Gazette flourished. When Kentucky was granted statehood in 1792, Bradford served as the new state's first public printer. For nearly 60 years, the Kentucky Gazette continued to play an active role in proclaiming opinions on important state and national issues. As political parties emerged, the Gazette became a strong Democratic or Jacksonian mouthpiece. Among the most dramatic pieces of the Kentucky Gazette's history is the fatal shooting of Thomas Benning, editor from October 1828 until March 1829, by Charles Wycliffe. An article by Wycliffe attacking Benning had appeared in the Kentucky Reporter, a rival Lexington newspaper. An anonymous reply that appeared in the Gazette provoked Wycliffe and resulted in the attack. With the legal aid of Henry Clay and the support of his father, Robert Wycliffe, one of the wealthiest men in Kentucky at the time, Charles was found innocent. Ironically, only 6 months later, Charles Wycliffe was killed in a duel with the new editor of the Gazette, George James Trotter, Jr. The original publication of the Kentucky Gazette ceased in 1848. The title was revived in 1866 and later closed for good in 1910 because it was unable to compete with the more widely read Lexington Leader and Lexington Herald. The Lexington Public Library's collection begins with the second issue of the Kentucky Gazette, published on August 18, 1787. The Lexington Public Library holds many of the original editions of the Gazette up to 1840. Online, the Gazette can be accessed at the Kentuckiana Digital Library at www.kdl.kyvl.org. Simply click on the link for newspapers. On the next page, scroll down until you see the Kentucky Gazette link and click on it. A search box will then appear. The rich history of Lexington and the Kentucky Gazette is only a click away. History is truly at your fingertips.